Welcome to Pull Pin Ready, a place where you're guaranteed to get an average veteran's opinion. I screwed it all up. We're gonna give you our opinions about the world we live in. And Jace, you want to tell them the rest? Because I'm not gonna give you the chance.
Whether you like it or not, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it hard,
So we'll get a
baby.
2.5 on the intro out of 10. That just didn't work out the way we wanted, but it doesn't matter. Again, we'll say welcome to Johnny, Christine, our loyal listeners, and anybody that we're missing. Welcome to you too. So, yeah, with that said, I'm sorry already. Again, I've still got this nasty snot dripping down my throat. So if I go silent and cough my brains out, it's just because I'm trying to get this really small piece of snot out of my throat, but it just takes 10 or 8 or 20 or whatever coughs. So, yeah. So how are you, Jace? What's up? We haven't seen you, what, in 3 days, 2 days? I don't know. When the heck did we have last record this week,
Well,
right?
I'm not.
You're very festive. That's
I'm
what you
pretty
are.
baseline right now.
Yeah, you're festive.
I'm not wired up like I was the other day.
So this is you not wired up with a little elf
I
hat.
Yeah, kinda.
All right.
I haven't been watched. I haven't really seen a lot of juicy news. Really, I mean, there is some shit that I don't even whatever.
Well, I mean, it has been long since we recorded, so anything new is just going to be from days too. But I also did, say I was kind of tired of what's going on news wise. But I mean, we can, I think reach out to what John and Christine. Christine commented your shirt. Johnny, I appreciate your
Oh,
words. That frustration was long bent up and pent up, and
Rob, sure, shit.
oh, not this one. The one you were last. I don't even remember what it said. It says what it
It
say
was
on there.
the pull the pin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was our
The original print
yeah,
pull the pin.
yeah, the only
But
print
I
I
thought I was
think.
wearing it, but I'm not. I'm just doing the old Under Armour.
Right, right. So that check our merch store, which we don't have, and you can get some of that original pull the pin stuff.
Yeah, it's all freshly available in
Yes,
the
it's
merch store
all
that we do not have
it's virtual,
with
so
our
you,
100,000 subscribers.
you can download it and put it on your virtual. What is that game? Roblox players or whatever the Roblox. That's what the kids play, right? Not. I don't think anybody watching this me
I
play
would never.
Roblox. Yeah, those are my kids. So anyway, yeah, the news has been somewhat. We're still in the middle of a trade war, I guess you can call it. There's still a lot of stuff heating up. I guess apparently what I saw last was Trump dropped most of the tariffs down to 10%, and a lot of countries are still lining up to make deals. But I think China's trying to play hardball with us because
Yeah,
China
but
put a 50 some odd or
from
80,
what I
84.
did see that last night on the news, and from what I gathered, that's pretty much. You want to play fucking ball, Shauna? Let's fucking go. As I guess
Yeah,
what
yeah, at this point, the only people supporting China, what is that noise? It's very loud.
I Magnolia, come here.
It's very loud. Oh, that's the dog?
She's chewing my water bottle. Come on,
Oh, because I thought
let's
he was
make an
under the desk
appearance.
crunching it because it's really loud. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna kiss the screen, but yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, I think China. Like, I don't know who would be not against China. I mean, the only people who would be are the people that are profiting off China. By ordering their cheap stuff and then
right.
selling it for a profit over here. So you may have a lot of those people. They're probably
Well,
angry,
yeah.
but
There's.
they're
I
missing the
mean,
point. The point is to try to bring that work back here, so China's not stealing it and making more money off of us.
but like I wonder like so that there's Alibaba.
Hmm.
That's like a
Chinese knockoff
it's
site,
not
right?
really eBay. It's like
Right.
another one of those Temu or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah,
But
right.
for bigger shit like fixed for free for everything I think. But
Right.
I wonder how that gets tariffed. How or does it not or how does that work?
Yeah,
That's
I don't know on
interesting.
the online stuff, right? Yeah, because I guess the shipping benefit. Maybe somebody out there in shipping business would know. Because I don't even know if they do tax, like how they keep track of all the online
Right.
stuff.
Well, like me with my little TV box
Used
business.
condom, your used condom business.
Let's not
Oh,
talk gross, all right, man. That was only, that was only with me and your sister, so
All
it's
right, no
over now.
returns. All right. You pick the right sister, you win a
No, but
prize.
like
If
with my
not, you're in
my
trouble.
TV box,
Hmm.
because I just stole like 30 of them right
Uh-huh.
when he started doing the tariffs. And they come from like Tokyo or some shit.
Well, Japan was only it should would only have a 10%, but Japan's playing ball with us. Japan's going to
Then maybe
cooperate.
it's not.
If those
Maybe
are
it's not
Japanese
Tokyo then.
imports.
It's one of them big cities in China. It's China though. Hong Kong then.
But you know what's been
I don't know where they
happening.
come
So
from.
so you know people don't understand, but you know what's been happening is what China would do then is say you didn't have a tariff on Australia. China would sell their goods to Australia, and then Australia would bring it into the country. So that's
Exactly.
all they were doing anyway. So that's what I don't think people really like. I think
But
people on the lower level here, like even myself included, there's stuff I don't completely understand because I'm not in that business. But I'm smart enough to know that it's not really what it looks like all the time.
right.
But these people
Oh,
have
absolutely.
loopholes, no
But they
different
can
than the
ship it to
politicians.
Mexico too.
Yeah,
And they did that. They do that a lot as well.
just like all these corrupt politicians, they send all these grants to these NGOs, and then these NGOs send their money to another company, to an LLC that then eventually gets back to them, and they get paid under the table.
I fucking despise that word or
What, NGOs?
abbreviation. Period. NGO.
Yeah, I
Fuck you,
never even heard
fucks.
of it till
How many
recently.
NGOs were at the fucking? We're getting me started.
Well, it's
We're
your
at
turn to vent. Go ahead.
January 6th.
Oh, they're probably all funded by that.
There was there was 22, I think it's been proven so far, that
Hmm.
were at the paid NGOs at the January 6th,
Yeah, and they're the ones that
orchestrating it.
bring in the illegals in and all that stuff, and the money goes right back to Democrats. It goes back to these millionaire politicians that clearly no idea how they made their money.
Let me see if I can read this text to you because it was funny as hell.
Who's this
This is
from? We
from
have
my
context.
friend that
We're not going to talk about Canada again, are we?
no,
Oh, because I'm sure the Canadians right now are
I
loving
have
us
more
still.
than one friend, asshole.
That's not
No,
what I was talking about, but
I know, I'm
all
joking.
right. Newsflash:
Let's see.
Chase has more than one friend, and he's not from Canada.
I don't know. Let me
Well, let
see
me
if
get.
I can.
You can look
I'm
at
gonna
that.
try to like get
What are you
out of
gonna do?
this. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you. What are you gonna try to
Can you
do?
hear me?
I can hear you.
You guys can hear me still? All right.
Yeah, I can
So
hear you.
I sent her. Oh, this motherfucker
We can't see, but we can hear you.
riding motorcycle on this easement. Um,
A little bit of show prep. You could have probably sent me a screenshot, and I could have put it up for us.
oh,
But
you
you know,
know
we don't
what?
do
It
that
was in
stuff around
fuck.
here.
I can do this. I can do this. I
Yeah, we
can even
don't.
play the clip because it's fucking awesome. Oh shit!
Yeah, a little show
But this
prep
is
for
the
you.
life of a lib.
Yeah, we could have put that in the show, huh? Or post. Anyways, yeah. So, what do you got? You gonna share it, or how's that work?
So yeah. Well, you said anyways. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah,
I
we're
want
just
to go put
spilling
a
the gap.
fucking wire out there and clothesline these fucking scums.
And I don't know if you saw the White House press secretary say they're not answering any questions from people, reporters with pronouns in their email signatures. That was classic. I
The
thought that was pretty.
international system of commerce and trade, it's
I don't know if
legitimate
we're
for
allowed to.
poor countries to
This
continue to
is just a
seek
clip from
access to
Facebook.
wealthier
Is this
markets.
legal or
It's
not?
also proper for advanced economies like the United States to insist on reciprocity. What they have said
Did you see the
is that
balloons?
we
This
need
fucking
to
moron.
not worry about manufacturing in America because what we should establish is a policy of unfettered free trade. We don't need tariffs. What we need is to allow corporate America the freedom to
This is
throw
burning.
American workers out in the street. People are making 15, 20, 25 bucks an hour, health care, pensions, throw them.
Anyways, I sent that to her, and it was fucking hilarious because it was pretty much the hypocritical bullshit that now that Trump's done it, doing it, now it's wrong.
Well, it's dude. We know it. Look, Trump derangement syndrome is serious. It's real. It's real, dude. It is so real that people will rather have the country destroyed because they hate Trump so much. The only reason that they get away with it is because they're trying to act like Trump is the one destroying the country, but it's actually them. They are destroying the country, and it's because of their Trump derangement syndrome. It's real. I have never like if Trump is not the greatest president or person of all
Right.
time, you're making him that. I have never seen anybody, even Darth Vader himself, cannot get into people's minds so easily. It's even
Right. It's
Hitler didn't
awesome.
do that.
But
Like it's insane.
so she says that the reason that it's fucking bullshit with Trump because it's used in targeted areas and with
Oh, right.
targeted
Okay, so
items.
it's right, it's okay, but because Trump's using it different. Oh,
No, he's not using it different,
right. I know, dude. It's the same
and
stuff.
and
We
that
burn
that's
down
her that's
cities,
her
but it's
answer. And
okay
then
because it's for social justice. But you peacefully march, and then things get ugly at the Capitol. All of a sudden, it's a threat to democracy. Yeah, I get it, dude. It's like that a veteran buddy of mine lived in Colorado, and I don't talk to him. Didn't talk to him much. He was once my soldier, so whatever. But he talks
and
about all that whataboutism, whataboutism. Well, it's exactly the
right
point. It's
and
you're the
and
biggest hypocrites of all time, but you make excuses for your guy.
right. That's what she's doing, and she's
Yeah.
saying that yeah, I'll because her husband she married an illegal. A dude that it took him 3 days to fucking get from I think Katie or something. Whatever
Hmm.
the case may be, he's a nice guy. But he got caught. They gave him a court date. They let him stay, and he didn't show up for the court date. So now they gave him a thing
Oh, and that's
saying when
that's
you get
that's our
caught, you're
country's
deported.
fault, right? So it's our fault because he's a good guy. So he
Right,
broke the law, then didn't show up for his court case. Now all of a
right.
sudden, it's the country's fault.
Well, he broke the
That's the
law
problem.
twice too,
But that's
not
the
just
problem,
once.
dude. People have they put their emotions in. Like I understand it when you have a bias in something. Like I guess
Yes,
take my rant for the doctorate degree, whatever. So
yeah,
if I wanted to get the degree, I couldn't afford it. I've got a personal investment, so that's why I'm mad. You're biased, whatever.
right,
So people in the
right.
scenario could be good witnesses, good, whatever. But if that's your bias, you're always going to take the side of whatever works for you. You're always.
Did oh did you get that one the Rob Snyder thing I sent you
Which one?
with the nails and with women
Oh
and
no.
it was a pillow fight.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. That's older though. You send me a whole lot of stuff. I don't keep up with
Well,
it.
you're bored at work. I was trying to help you out, bro.
No, I can't listen at work.
Oh,
So it's got to be either visual or nothing. I can't listen at work. You're trying to get me fired, huh?
did you?
Well,
What about the the Navy one with the guy getting in the rack?
oh yeah, that's typical though. But so let me ask you though too, because you brought up the illegal thing. What's that big story about the one guy they sent to El Salvador or something? You see that where people are all up in arms because they say the
Yeah,
government admitted that we sent the wrong guy or weren't supposed to
it's
send
not
him.
that's not true.
I
That's
didn't
not
think
true. I
so.
did
From what
see
I
that.
understood, is he wasn't supposed to go back to El Salvador, but he was allowed
I
to be
did see
deported.
that on Charlie Kirk.
But
The
they're saying
problem is
he didn't admit it.
my pea brain has not absorbed it, so I can't tell you, dude. But Charlie Kirk cleared that up on the show last night, and he they ruled for him to stay there. He's
Well, yeah, the
he's the
Supreme
guy's,
Court said, yeah, that Trump can use that to do whatever he had for right now. Right? That's what they said for right now, something like that.
but I mean, it, they took him for different reasons, but the
But
whole
they
ipso facto he's a fucking illegal,
right.
plain and simple.
So what's the argument? Is the argument is are these people in the country legally? And I don't mean legally by
Well,
crooked
I
Joe
think that
saying, "Oh, you signed this form, so you're legally here."
no, what I think is this guy has been here for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
So
but
since he's been here that long, he's not one of these people that
no,
just fucking came in.
no.
But
See,
they've been coming in for fucking 3-4 years.
Well, you
So
see,
shut the fuck up.
here's what they're confusing. They're confusing when people come across the border. If they come into port of entry and they claim asylum, they process them right there and they treat them as asylum seekers. They're kind of here under the legal system. They're kind of here and we're taking them through their due process. But anyone who came across the border not at a port of entry has broken the law regardless of why they're here.
Okay.
Regardless.
But
So-
no, this guy was. I don't know. Oh, you know what it was? He's a fucking gang member, MS-13 member.
But even
That's
if he's
what it
not,
was.
like even if that's debatable, even if he isn't, whatever.
He is. It's a fact.
The point is, this is what the problem with these people, and I don't understand how they're defending criminals. Like, I don't understand why they're taking this. That's how you know Trump derangement syndrome is bad. Because now they're taking the side of criminals over American citizens.
Well, fortunately, the majority of us don't have it, so we just have to hopefully the small majority gets cured. Keep going, let it all out. Let it out.
You're supposed to keep talking while I'm coughing to death.
Oh, I wanted to hear it, man.
No, I'm not gonna.
Well, anyways.
That's crazy. My eyes are watering and everything.
We'll keep coughing and I'll say some stuff.
All right, go ahead.
I want to pass my condolences to the Dominican nightclub for losing 124 people.
Did you just jump subjects again? Like, is your ADD kicking in? What happened there?
Well, no,
We're done with that dude that was illegal and all these idiots that are crying. Oh, he's not supposed to be there.
Trumpisms.
You
get too rattled up. Let's talk about other cool stuff, man.
Like what? What's cool?
The fucking fact that the stock surged today.
The stocks went up, but you understand the stocks. I mean, the stocks are that's rich
yes,
people.
Yes, fuck.
It's rich people. Most of the stocks are
that too. Those people control. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's controlled by a group of people, and it makes rich people richer because that's 80%. I think are the top percent, or the top 10% of America. Owns 80% stocks. So you know how they're talking about, oh, Trump wants to give tax breaks to the rich and he wants to make the billionaires richer, and yet the whole time the stock market is crashing, all those rich people are losing money. Like the guys even said it. These real educated financial people that invest said, yeah, I'm losing money. I don't like it, but I see what he's doing.
My ADD is kicking in, man. Because
I can't do headlines if you're going to be like coming up with 12 subjects. It's so hard to keep up with.
Well, no, remember I talked to you earlier about the student visas that Trump's taking from these people. What do you think about that?
I remember when you said that, but look, I guess here's the thing. I guess here's the beef they could have. Like if these government people, Trump's administration said, hey, we're going to mass deport people, but we're going to start with the hardcore criminals. Don't be upset when they start mass deporting people that aren't hardcore criminals, because they did say they're going to get rid of them, just not immediately. They're going to work on the hardcore people first.
Right.
So stop getting upset that, oh, these people are getting dragged in and they don't have criminal records. They came here illegally. They're going. Done.
Right.
You don't like it, you take them in your house. You bring them in your house, hide them in your basements, whatever it is you got to do, you do it. See how long that lasts. See how long you keep them. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
I'm just looking at some headlines, and I just saw something here. That's fucking stupid. This governor from Michigan, and I thought she was a piece of shit too, but I don't remember.
Most of them are.
She's a Democrat, so Gretchen.
Whitmer. Remember that when they faked her kidnapping? Gretchen Whitmer?
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember all that? When they tried to say somebody tried to kidnap her and they're just corrupt.
That was her?
They're hacked. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Well, she's trying to go to Washington to call for bipartisanship to grow the economy.
What? After Trump's already doing it? Like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, wouldn't that be cute?
But it's smart, right? Get on board with it, and act like it's your idea.
Right, smart. Well, look at the people that are getting on board. It's very smart. My goodness.
Yeah, look at this stuff.
What
Taxpayer.
is.
Look, here's a headline for you. This shows you. This ties right into Governor Whitner, and this is the stuff that drives me crazy about people. It says taxpayers on the hook for sexual abuse committed by government employees. I mean, you know,
What the
Congress
fuck
and
does
them have
that
a
even mean?
fund. It means that if any government employee, congressman, senator, secretary,
How does
commits
that happen
sexual
though?
abuse, the government has to pay that out.
Oh, well, they do anyways, don't they?
Well, but that's the point: is that taxpayers are paying for these people. So I don't care if all these people get fired. Even the who's the IRS lady that was filling in, she just resigned. I'm like you with
I
this
don't know,
ADD
but
stuff. Well, she just
what did
resigned.
our little sweetheart say? Didn't she ask us to talk about something?
Who's that? Christine?
Yeah,
No,
the
I don't remember.
Pentagon or something.
I don't remember. You losing me though. I can't keep up with you.
All right, well, you got to get a little quicker, brother.
Yeah, no, I can't keep up with you. I got some ADD stuff, but the squirrels are getting bad. But yeah, I don't even know what the hell I was even talking about. See, now you got me all.
You're talking about the lady IRS lady that
Oh
was.
yeah, so the IRS somehow agreed to work with ICE and share information about illegals,
Yeah.
which people are. I understand, like, why would they be in the IRS database unless they're paying taxes? But I still don't think people quite understand. That's been happening. And if they hadn't let 10 million of them in, people probably wouldn't have cared about those people. But right now, it's like catching fish in a a famished nation. You don't care what gets in your net. If it's edible, you're going to eat it. So in the end, these people, I don't care. Nobody would have noticed if you hadn't just forced 10 million people in the country. Now, who cares what they're in here for?
Talking about illegals, I my I help out. I advise my HOA, and I was talking to our new maintenance guy, and he hires illegals, which he says he has insurance for them, so we're good with that. But I was telling him, like, damn, I gotta go hire a couple to fucking do my ceiling in my place, because it's just the person before removed the popcorn ceiling. I don't like the way it looks. It needs to be painted. But he's like, yeah, good luck finding good ones that work.
Even
And
now,
I'm
the
like, so the
illegals are getting
rumor's
lazy.
wrong? I thought they were all good hard workers. He's like, fuck no, they're not. Good luck finding good ones. He's like, there's a reason why they're still sitting at the corner, not getting picked up.
Well, that used to be the way. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. Before they let the 10 million of them in.
Yeah, they were all good workers because they were making money and sending it back to their home. But now, see, I'm covering for you while you're doing that. See how it's working? Teamwork, baby. But yeah, But it's a red. And the way he said it is a red flag. If the dude's fucking, there's still people there at 10 o'clock.
Well, but why would they do? Why would illegals used to come in here and bust their butt for cheaper, and that's why people would hire them,
Right.
right? And they usually did better work. But that's bad
Right.
for the economy.
Well,
That's bad for all of our stuff. But in the end, now why would they work when you could be in a gang, sit at home, get all the benefits, not have to lift a finger, and get more money than most hardworking Americans get? Why would they work?
well, you get into a gang, you're risking your life.
Well, but
The
my
fact of the
point is,
matter is that
you don't have
I
to be in a
think
gang to
you
get the
can still pay
benefits.
them pretty much cheap labor, but if they're and what fries my ass is that us greedy. I still say we're greedy fucking Americans, and we demand way too fucking much. And I think it was someone was on Charlie Kirk's show, and they were discussing the same shit I was discussing about how unions just fucked production up because they kept
Right.
demanding more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's
It was
not going to
just a
move out
flop.
if
It's like the whole race issue. They didn't, make unions didn't make workers better. They just tried to switch the power from, the workers from the companies to the workers. It didn't. It wasn't. It was supposed to be a joint endeavor so that, companies couldn't take advantage of workers. But then it just
right?
became
But
a power switch, and
it was also to like help people because people were getting hurt on the job and The
Right.
job wasn't. It was beneficial at the time.
There was a
Back in
purpose for them,
what,
yes, to
30s,
keep
40s, or
companies,
whatever.
right, to keep companies from taking advantage of the workers. There was a purpose, but then the workers, the unions, started taking advantage of the people and the companies.
Well,
So
now, like there's a standing joke. Last time I worked, there was a standing joke that all the union does is fucking protect the piece of shit workers.
it does.
It
Well, it
doesn't
does.
protect the good workers.
Well, it might protect them all, but it does. I tell you, I used to work for a big, well, it's not a phone company, internet company, and that's what I was. I was on the backside, and I got to see these meetings, and these union meetings, and these guys were in there arguing for 10-year or 11-year tenure. Like you only had to work there 11 years, and then you're into the union. They can't fire you.
Yeah, well, the teachers union in New York, well, at least where I was from, it's 3 years and you're tenured.
Wow, that's crazy to me. You should
Yeah,
have to
well,
earn
that's
your
what
way into
fucking
them.
unions do, man. But like, no,
I'm not a
I'm
union
telling you
fan.
straight up. I don't even need to act like I don't know. But the union with the company that I worked for, and we were the biggest company, the biggest employer in our county, and it more or less, good workers don't fuck up and screw up.
Right.
And so it pretty much just protected the piece of shit workers that fucked up and should be blatantly fired, and they weren't
Yeah. And
because of union protection.
I didn't like how unions made you pay dues, or you know what I mean, or they guilt trip you into paying dues or something like that. Like I didn't care for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, I've never, I've never been in a union. I was always up in management, so I wasn't allowed to be in the union. But on management side, I saw the bullshit. I saw it firsthand.
I was in a couple.
I
In
just,
fact, growing up in Jersey, unions were big. They
right.
still have them pretty big there. They're just little mini mafias. That's all they are.
And then when I got out of the military,
There's the
there
balloons. Do you
was
see them? Do you see those balloons?
how in the fuck did that? What the fuck?
I don't know. It's probably a feature on the
You're
thing.
doing it, you
I
asshole.
no, dude. Trust me. If
That's
I did,
hilarious.
if I did, it's by accident because I don't know how it got there and I don't know how to get rid of it. So,
So I worked at a children's home. It was connected to. It was a children's home, like a detention center, and then a school. And the school, the teachers were like minor league teachers. You worked in that school, and then that's when you'd go apply to the big leagues for the real New York State school because it was private. Ours was a private school.
mm,
Anyways, these assholes, even though you take the job, you know what's going on, because we were at all year school. We weren't no summer vacations and all that. It was just like a 2 week summer vacation. But they wanted
right,
to form a teachers union, and they wanted to form a union for the whole place. And the CEO, because it was a huge campus, it was an old folks home and everything else there. And the CEO said, if you fucking do it, good luck. Go
right.
look for another job.
Well, that's
They
actually, I'm not
tried once
totally
and didn't
anti-union.
succeed. Second time they tried, they got it. Closed the next fucking day.
Mm,
It was hilarious. And then these people cry. Oh,
right.
it's poor me, poor me, poor me. I guess I was just leading up to, if I want to go clean toilets at the fucking Hilton, and then I go there and I complain and want a union because I'm cleaning, because I'm doing the job that I signed up for.
Right,
It
right,
just
right.
annoys that shit annoys me, man. People like that.
Yeah. I don't like I said, if I had to vote yay or nay on unions, yeah, I'd vote against them. I mean, they have their place when you're up against a giant corporation. But again,
Right.
in the end of the day, all my experiences with unions, I've never seen anything really good. Even when they negotiate stuff for you, oh yeah, we got a higher number for you. We got this, that, but you're paying dues, and so that number gets depleted right there anyway.
But
So
inevitably that's why shit moved away. Companies
right,
you know what? Let's be real, they probably could still have afforded it. they're just greedy fucks. But
Right.
on both ends, people were just so fucking greedy that it left. My town, my town invented the crescent wrench, if you know what that is.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then like we were like one of the furniture capitals of the world. And now we have a Serta factory,
Right.
and then Bush Industries, and that's about it. Everything else is fucking healthcare and shit where I'm from. That, I mean, there's a fucking credit union and bank on every corner, and then a bar
And,
opposite it.
and not much money in them, right?
You
You
believe it or not,
can't rob a bank these days.
my town's a wealthy town, dude. It's a
Doesn't mean there's a lot
very
of money in the bank, though.
we have we have a world renowned like retreat. It's called Chautauqua Institution, and a lot of presidents go there and golf. And there's not just a lot of like famous people that have summer homes there. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of money because they hire a lot. They remodel their house. They hire a lot of people. They put a lot of money in our. But whatever. I don't know how we even got off topic. Just because.
Because your ADD is just so
Well,
aggressive.
this whole world, man.
Well, I agree. And that's what that rant was about last week or last episode. I'm getting kind of tired of it. I'm getting tired of the people that are uneducated and don't even know what they're talking about, trying to argue about crap. Like, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
to me, you trust the guy or you don't. You don't trust him, then protect yourself. You trust him, shut up and let's see what happens.
I voted for him and I trust him. I
Yeah,
believe in him 100%.
and I guess
The
that's what I'm
only,
saying.
but like everything that I've been saying leading up, I'm scared, but I'm not scared because when these factories start coming here, are we going to have the same fucking downturn? Or are we going to somehow learn or do something? Learn that if we're booming again, and we have the chip factory and we have the fucking car factories, are we going to get unions and fuck it up?
Right.
Because even look at Ford and them, that they're not all. There's no American-made vehicle that's made in America. The parts are outsourced from elsewhere and all that, and that's another reason why is because of just unions and shit cutting those factories that used to make the stuff and sending it abroad or sending it to Canada or whatever.
Right.
I just get frustrated with that
Well,
shit.
I think that's what Trump's doing. I explained last time, so I don't have to relitigate it. But he's trying to bring everything back to this country. He's trying to make
Right.
us produce stuff, and it makes sense because I heard a guy talking about today. Like, we have a wide variety of talented people, right?
Yes.
We're not all smart, intelligent people. There's some dumb ones in there.
Right.
So we need jobs that all kinds of people can fill.
All walks of life. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we can't
It's
all be
just
consultants and you know what I
please
mean.
don't let the unions take over. That's
Yeah.
all I ask.
So we need to bring factories, simple jobs back that so some of these people out there robbing and stealing and killing can actually go make a decent wage and be contributing members of society. I don't know if they will, but you know what I mean. That's what we need. We need some more
Right.
work, jobs that idiots can fill that, can't even figure out how to control themselves.
I don't know, dude. I hear that weird noise in your background every so often.
The woohoo, that's
Yeah.
Connor McDavid is back.
What do you mean he's back?
Yeah, he returned versus the Blues after 8-game absence.
Big deal.
I don't know. Well,
He'll be the next one that gets. Well, speaking of that, congrats to Ovi.
Yeah, Ovi. I think we was talking about that. Did you know that he gave up, or the Islanders gave up Gretzky and Ovi's record goals?
What do you mean? Oh, really?
Gretzky's last goal was scored on the Islanders. Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. And I saw Sorokin, the Islanders goalie, gave Ovi his stick and said he was going to give him his glove at the end of the season.
Wow.
I don't know the significance of the glove. Like, I get the stick, like, you know what I mean?
That's whatever.
Unless
That's
he
awesome.
beat him glove side, and that was, I don't know, is that it?
Must have.
Yeah,
I don't think it was gloves. I don't know.
I didn't think it was, but maybe he did.
I whatever the case may be, congrats. But McDavid will probably break that record anyways.
No, McDavid's going to go the Lemieux route or the Lindros route, and well,
You
Lemieux
think
and
so?
Lindros, right? Yeah, I don't think. Well, I don't know, man. It's a lot softer now, but
You think he's going to go concussed? Is what you're saying?
well, I'm just saying he's gonna find himself out of the race at some point. I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe not. Like I said, I mean, Ovi's tough. Like, dude, that's why I give him respect. They
I
talked
know.
about
I know. I know.
they talked about the comparison between Ovechkin and Gretzky because they compared goalies back then. Well,
Yes.
Gretzky had a lot more to shoot at because goalies didn't have a lot of equipment. They weren't as flexible, whatever. So Ovi's got that. But then also they talked about, well, look at Gretzky's stick. Ovechkin's stick bends in half before it breaks. You know what I
Right.
mean? And shoots the puck 100 miles an hour on its own,
Well, technology. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Look
So
at
they're
skates.
right. So that's what they're comparing. So, but I still think I like Ovechkin better because, like I said, he uses his body a whole lot more.
Ovechkin is a fucking alien. He's a fucking beast, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I get that.
yeah, in the end,
My
he
God.
didn't need people all around him protecting him because he could handle himself. And that's. I mean,
By the
that-
way, folks, this is bonus coverage. This is after show coverage.
well, this is the world we live in, right? So it didn't say we had to talk about politics. And in all honesty, man, I mean, I
Right.
know Johnny and Christine. I don't know; they're probably the only two that listen. But I do want to kind of start steering stuff a little different, and I don't know
Well,
because the politics
we
is really
got-
starting to irritate me.
We got the playoffs.
Yeah, well, we can't just talk
In-
about
in a
hockey
week.
either. Just
We got the Masters coming up. I think the Masters is this
so
week.
you want to turn this veterans thing into a sports show? Is that what you want?
I
Might get more people participating, right?
maybe.
Because not a lot of people want to get on here and spew their stuff about politics because they know you got to pick a side. We have no problem picking sides on teams, right? On our sports teams, we'll wear their jerseys, we'll do all that, but you're not allowed to wear a MAGA hat or a Biden hat. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
When I think of the mega hat, I think of that video where that fat lady chases the kids. In
Yeah,
the
she falls down off the
subway
train.
and falls on her face.
Well, what would you have done there?
Oh my god!
You
I
know,
would
what-
have punched
what
the
would
bitch
you
right
have
in the
done?
fucking face. Is what I would have done.
And you know what's funny is that's what I was thinking to myself.
And then I would have got in trouble.
Exactly. That's the problem with it.
I would have been. She would have been the victim, and I would have been the fucking
Yep. But
piece
that
of shit
that's
asshole.
in most states, most counties, that what she did was assault, or it could have
Right.
been robbery. It could have been, there's a lot of crimes she committed before that dude even had a chance to react.
Right.
So,
That
You know,
shit was funny as
and
hell,
that's
man.
that's the funny thing too. Like, so you look at that. I mean, he could have had a legitimate case for some self-defense, retaliation. But I
Right.
don't know if you see the internet blowing up about that black kid on that stabbed that white kid on that team to death while he was sitting under their tent. Have you seen that?
You know
yeah,
what?
they're
I
trying
caught
to
tail
say
end
this.
of it. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about.
What's that?
I caught a tail end of that story, so now
Yeah.
I know what you're talking. Now I know what they were talking about. I only saw the end.
Yeah,
I didn't-
apparently the kid was getting out of the rain. I mean, I didn't see all the details. There's details that the kid was under the tent looking through bags, blah, blah. I don't know, but the kids told him to leave, and he told him, watch yourself, whatever, and then pulls out a knife and stabbed this kid to death.
Wow.
Yep, and the thing is, the kid that stabbed him was a black kid. Apparently, he does have a little bit of history. And the football, I don't know what sport it was, but the other player, he was a white kid.
Wasn't
So-
it like soccer or something?
I don't know what sport it was, but in the end, you got people of color defending this guy, acting like it was self-defense, that the kid had a knife, and then they're even saying, I saw one guy said, and this is the stuff that disturbs me about these people, and it just shows you the bias. Because he's so biased, because it's a color thing for him, it's not a behavior thing, it's a color thing, he's trying to even justify why this kid had a knife. Like, so if
Well,
you've got a knife because people are picking on you, the last thing you should be doing is putting yourself under a tent where people might be picking on you. Like, that doesn't even
Right.
make sense. So it just shows you these people are coping and making excuses. And it's a scary place because they're choosing a color over the crime. And that's what I'm saying. Like these people need to wake up. They try to do this whole, color thing. Oh, white people this, white people that. Like they're trying to demonize a whole group of
Wow.
people, but yet you're the one that's sticking to a color over facts. You know what I mean? If the white kid had done it, we could say,
Mm.
oh well, he shouldn't have been carrying a knife. But or even pick out the flaws or whatever the white kid did. I don't know. But the point being is, how do you even justify that? How do you
I
justify
don't.
killing another person when what? What happened? Was the dude all
That's
beaten up? Was he
odd.
was he on the ground defending
You
himself?
said it was a white kid.
He stabbed a white kid because the white kid told him get out from under the tent. He was in their tent. He had no business being in there. Didn't belong in there. It wasn't his tent, and he decided to go in there and refuse to leave. So whatever happened after that, I don't even care if the white kids attacked him. He pulled out a knife. So stop right there. You're in a place you don't belong. You're not welcome there. You're not wanted there. Now you can say, "Oh, I'm free to roam around there," but no, it was their tent apparently. So no, you don't have the freedom to just walk in their stuff. And even if you did, why would you unless you're looking for trouble?
Well, obviously you're looking for trouble.
But that's my
Oh,
point. So I don't know how
Texas.
these people are
It was a
justifying this
track meet.
self-defense. Oh, it was track. Yeah, I don't know why they're justifying self-defense. It doesn't matter. It's not like he was standing in line at concessions and some bullies came up and messed with him. He was literally in their tent or under a tent where I guess they were. And even if he had reason to believe to be in there, okay, let's take it for granted. I don't know a damn thing because I probably don't know what I'm talking about. Let's say he had a
Wow.
reason to be there. It was a
Right.
public tent. You brought out a knife instead of leaving to de-escalate.
Why the fuck would you have a knife in a track meet?
Right. And I mean, was your pride hurt? And this is the real problem, the crux of it. When you get down to culture problems, and it's not that just black culture, some of these teens too, just a teenage culture, your pride is taking over where, like, what if those kids had knives? You'd be dead too. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you just
Right.
walk away when there's a conflict?
So Metcalf and Anthony were at the track meet. Metcalf told Anthony he needs to get out from under the tent. Anthony reportedly reached into his bag, said, "Touch me and see what happens." The report says Metcalf then grabbed Anthony and told him to move. Anthony allegedly pulled the knife out and stabbed him once in the chest and ran. Oh
Right.
my God.
Right.
And he died in his twin brother's arms.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Like, so at the end of the day, look, I don't care what color the person is, that act could have been avoided. I mean, there's just so many ways, decisions that could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Oh my
understand why you take up
God.
for this guy's self-defense. Even if the guy put his hands on, walk away, dude. Walk away. What did he lose if he walked away after the guy said you don't belong in there? What did he lose? You
Wow.
know,
The kid was voted MVP, 4.0 GPA.
the kid that got stabbed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It was, I don't know. To me, it almost sounds not premeditated, but
It's degenerative, buddy. It's what it is.
premeditated.
It's just degenerative behavior. And now I understand this was even in a rich neighborhood, like a wealthy area where it's not
Whatever,
like
man.
tough life gang living.
I I did catch some of this in the news. I just didn't realize
Yeah,
what it
dude,
was.
it just blows my mind. I mean, like, why can't people just be honest? Like, should the white kid have put his hands on him? No, maybe not. Maybe
No.
the white kid could have just said, all right, stay here. But there's probably more of the story we're missing. But the point is,
Right.
at point,
But like for to me, not that I'm sticking up for the black kid, but that's a although he's provoking him to he's pretty much telling him to grab me by
well,
grab me
right,
and find out. That's
right.
just but to me that's a situation where fuck around and find out.
So I
But
get that. But
the kid
again,
the kid's in the wrong for where he was at. So
but even if it's not, again, even if you're claiming self-defense, the kid grabbed you, so you immediately go for a knife to the chest?
yeah, that's
Like,
not
is that where you go? Like,
self defense is equal or lesser whatever.
It's equal or one step above. But even at that, under a different circumstance, I could understand a knife.
One step above.
Yeah, you're allowed to defend yourself with a gun if somebody comes in with a knife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So the dude was
he's
allowed to self-defense with a knife. I'm not against it himself, but he brought the knife out before there was
I
any
get
action.
that.
He went for the knife before there was any action, anything happened.
Right. That's
So
what
he
I'm
went
saying.
to a knife when the kid told him get out. You know what
I
I
always
mean?
forgot my guns when I went to my track meets. I don't know
Right?
why.
Yeah, I
Or
usually
my
don't bring
knife,
mine, right?
for that matter.
But
Or any
you
type of weapon, period.
yeah. So you get what I'm saying? Is like so at the end of it, I just don't know how you. But again, it's a culture thing. I think it really is a culture thing. There's so many people of that particular culture that just hate and resent, and they have anger and all this.
Well,
I don't understand.
unfortunately, and some people might not like what I have to say, but that fucking kid should get the death penalty. Period. And it's in
Sure.
Texas, so maybe he will.
Yeah, I just like I don't believe people coming up to his self defense. I don't understand it, dude. I just don't get it.
I don't know,
Like
but give the fucking kid the death
convince
penalty.
me, convince me when that was self defense. Even if the reverse happened, if it was a black kid that came up to the white kid.
Bro,
I
I
mean,
don't. The color, I don't give a fuck about the
right,
color.
that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter,
But they
and it
can't
shouldn't
take the
matter.
color out of it. They can't.
Because
They can't.
it's the fucking media.
Well, I'm not even talking about the media. I'm talking about all these ignorant people standing up for this kid, saying it was self defense and blah 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 blah. Like, just admit it. Just own it. The kid did not need to do that. He went way overboard.
No.
Took somebody's life. Own it. Teach
What is the
teach
stuff
younger
about?
generations
So
to do better.
let's just say he grabbed the kid as he did. What
Yeah.
what legally is that kid, the black kid, allowed to? What kind of force is he allowed to use?
Well, at the end of the day, you're allowed to protect yourself if you believe that your life is in danger.
But technically, he should have ran though.
Well,
Ran away. So
some laws
but,
require the flee. Some laws
yeah,
require you have the right to flee. You have to flee
I'm
or a
going.
duty to
I'm going
flee.
to New York thought process.
Right. But in the end, too, though, the dude said, "Touch me," and so he already went to a knife before the dude even
Yeah,
touched him.
it's premeditated.
And I understand, like, too, basically, it's all about the totality of the circumstances. So if the dude was minding his own business, these white dudes came up to him, said, "You need to get out of here," blah, blah. He might have been justified with that knife because
Right.
there was a group of them and he felt for his life. Like, I can make a self-defense argument with circumstances like that because it's a totalitarian circumstance. But this kid was where he didn't want to be or shouldn't have believed. What? Balloons?
It's almost 8 o'clock.
Oh.
No, like but there's the testosterone. They're boys. They're fucking. It's testosterone, man.
Right.
They're raging.
Yeah,
And
but it was
fucking
totally unwarranted, and I don't think he's got a self-defense. All right, let him try it, but whatever. I just get mad at people that they just can't call out the crimes. They can't call out
like
the
I
stuff.
said, death penalty.
All right, well, we'll give this show the death penalty. We'll pull it because there's nothing
Oh.
else more to say about anything. What?
We're just rattling.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
don't
go
care,
because
but-
it's getting long enough. But thanks, Johnny, Christine, appreciate you. Thank you, Jace, for showing up as usual. Tune in next week. We'll try to get another episode out next week. We'll do the best we can. Hopefully, this nasty crud will be gone.
If our sweetheart stayed and watched the whole thing, or Johnny, please give us a few things to talk about next
Yeah, Johnny,
episode.
he does throw some
Please.
Headlines. I just
I'll
don't have to get
I'll
back.
make it. I will
All right.
read everything.
You'll go
this
read
week.
them. All right,
I will read it all
good deal. All right, well, until then, though, Godspeed.
and pull it already.
Boom. Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.